Hey, Redhead. How you doing? I'm doing good. I'm at the shop getting my truck fixed. Well, the rental. It's crazy because my truck. I have a rental because my truck is getting fixed, and now my rental needs to be fixed. But they said it should be done today. They did have to order some parts, so I'm probably gonna be here for for at least a few hours. But it's okay because I'm getting paid. Gives me a little time just to kind of relax and clear my mind. Um, yeah, I bought me a sub. Oh yeah, what's what do you got to do tomorrow? Is it for your back? I know you had a few issues, and I always apologize because I could never remember them. But at least I'm honest. What's up, still, my Boricua boy? Yeah, I can't even keep up with my mom's health issues. I know what she got now though. I couldn't remember. I could never pronounce the one though. It's called Phasia Manija. That's a tongue twister for me always. Baya Wepa. Yeah, that's one of the health that she got, and then she got vertigo in her brain, and she got a few other. I think she got like high blood pressure, depression. I'm sorry, mom. I'm on here telling everybody your business as usual, but there's only one or two people in here, and I'm not saying nothing bad. I mean, it is what it is. Oh man, yeah, health as well. I feel like I've been not doing the greatest with my diet, but I feel like I haven't been doing horrible either. And, of course, I make the excuse, or I have a, I guess, legitimate excuse where I'm not in my truck. I'm in a rental and I don't have all my cookware. So I've been eating healthy, but not as healthy. What's up, Rev? Yeah, I had that donut last night. I gotta chill with the sweets. No sweets today. I had cookies the day before yesterday. I had a donut yesterday. Anyway, I've been eating a lot of bread lately. That's kind of what's been different. Cleaned my cooler out today. I gotta go grocery shopping today or tomorrow, depending what time I get out. I'm gonna watch some videos, see if I can find some healthier bread. Cause a lot of these breads that they sell us at the grocery stores, yeah, they trick us, Rev. A lot of the breads that you buy and it says, low, wheat or gluten free, whole grain, rye. Skipping a meal ain't bad every now and then. Yeah, I basically skip breakfast every morning and I wake up early and I wait till 12 to eat. So basically, I fast every day. But yeah, these freaking, especially in the USA, I mean, some of you guys are in the UK, so I don't know. I would imagine you guys got similar issues, but I don't think it's as bad as us. And it all boils down to the government making money off of us getting sick compared to in other countries where you know healthcare is basically free, so they want to keep their residents healthy. You know what I mean? But I think that's changing from what I heard. Again, I could only speak. Whatever I say, take with a grain of salt. I'm not no expert in none of this. But from what I hear, I think we talked about this a little bit before. Me and I don't know. I think me and Redhead might have met. I think I mentioned this on my live stream before. But I think the healthcare system is changing in the UK, right? From what I understand, is the U is Scotland part of the UK? I always forget. I guess I should just say Europe, but then maybe that'd be too broad. But anyway, yeah, it just sucks that, they trick us. And I've been tricked and I still be tricked, you know? But before I used to eat a lot of food thinking it was healthy, but now that I know, I'm a little bit more, I guess, more educated and I watch videos and I do a little research, now I know now I have healthier options. Do I eat healthy 24/7? No. I don't think nobody does. Not even like, I mean, some people do, but yeah, there's this guy on YouTube that I was following. I don't know if I'm subscribed to him, but I used to follow his channel. And what he does is he goes to grocery stores and restaurants and he looks at the labels and he does the research. He literally, like, before he makes a video, he does the research of all their ingredients. That's in, what he got one with bread. I seen it a long time ago. And he'll see, it got bleach, it got, this, it got that. And then he'll be like, this bread is compared to this bread is a little better. This one is horrible. Everybody's body's different. Some people might need bread with less sugar. I mean, some of it got pure chemicals that none of us need. So it's, little steps like that that help us, keep us together, I guess. I think it's impossible to avoid all the BS, especially in the US. And if you're going to go eat at a restaurant, you can't avoid it. I was talking to my boy about that. I'll catch up on your comments in a section, in a second. Because my boy, he eats a lot of organic food. I eat some food organic, but not all. But I was like, man, we could probably make some good money if we opened a restaurant with everything in organic. It's going to be expensive, but I'm telling you, man, that would blow up. And I Googled, or I went on my GPS to see if there was any, and they're out there, but they're like super rare, man. I think that'd be a money grab for sure. But I'm gonna stick to the basics, I'm already gonna be 41, and not saying that I don't want to try, try to open any businesses later down the road. But right now, I feel like I just got to focus on what I got and get a nice reserved, get my reserves up. And then, what I call is have some money to play with. But once I got some money to play with, I can start on a small scale too. I don't have to open a big restaurant. I could mess around and get like a food, maybe get like a food cart with organic food and try that out, or maybe sell some food online. Online might work. I know a lot of people are selling everything online, including food. All right, let me catch up. I'm going to make a big pot of soup today. It's the weather for. Yeah, soup is underrated. That's what I always say. At least in my life, I feel like soup is always delicious and it's could be healthy. Soup, matter of fact, soup's another one of those meals that people think are healthy, and I'm saying it depends how you make the soup, but right, like, it's funny how I was raised to, oh, you're sick, eat some soup, and I'm like, looking back at it, I'm like, you guys are feeding me poison and you expect me to get healthy? All this instant soup is like killing us. Again, ignorance is expensive pain and causes all kinds of financial and health issues. Why do you think the U.S. is called the U.S. ultimate size? Ha! Muyayo. Bang, bang. Sadly, yes, we are part of the U.K., but we have a separate NHS system from the rest of the U.K. National Health System. I was watching a podcast the other day. They were talking about the NHS. It was Piers Morgan. How do you say his name? Piers Morgan or something like that. He was talking Carol Tuckerson. I think that's their names. And Carol was kind of clowning Pierce because he was saying, you guys are so proud of the NHS. I think what he was calling it, the NHS system. It's like, is that the only thing that you guys could like be proud of in your country. And he's like, no, there's a lot of good things that's said about the UK. And basically, part of the conversation was saying that the UK used to be very, very good and is diminishing just like the USA. The USA is diminishing at a faster pace. And a lot of it is boiling down to there's a lot to it. Again, whatever I say, take with a grain of salt. I'm an expert about it is. I probably twisted it. I probably regurgitating it in the wrong way, but it was an interesting podcast for sure. Yeah, Pierce Morgan. Tucker Carlson was in. Do you know Tucker? Redhead. I'm probably saying his name wrong. He was actually in London, I think, a few weeks ago for that podcast, and he was saying that a lot of people don't like him over there. That he was being treated by the immigrants. That was part of the conversation. Like, like in the future, the minorities, the majorities are going to be minorities. The tables are turning. It's only a matter of time. It's not if, it's when. And the USA has the same problem. The immigrant population is growing so rapidly that, it's only a matter of time. Yeah, it was an interesting podcast. That's the second one. That's the second debate they had. But Tucker was giving Pierce a lot of credit because he said you're only one of the ones that speak a lot of like facts and who is not too afraid. And Tucker was teasing him though, because we have more freedom of speech. You know what I mean? It's not a secret. That could be a good and bad thing. So over here, we could say anything we want about any politician and don't ever have to worry. But Pierce got to kind of like walk on eggshells. And when he was doing the interview, he was telling him to say certain things. And he was like, why don't you want to say it? Because you're going to get arrested? Are you afraid the police are going to come in here and arrest you right now? It was the F word. I'm going to say F word. And what I mean by F word is the rainbow. The people who are part of the rainbow family, you could call the men the F word. You know what I'm trying to say. So Tucker was like, I'll say it right now. F, 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 F. He said it like 5 times in a row. So again, he was showing him respect, but at the same time, like, teasing him. But it was a good one. Also, both those guys, man, they're both doing their thing. I like both of them. I like everybody for the most part. I mean, you can't like everybody. Everybody has a dark side. Everybody has we all have issues, but yeah, Tucker and Candace Owens is they're I remember Candace Owens to you a while back. Remember the black girl redhead that she's married to that British guy. They live over here in Tennessee. Yeah, like France put out a hit on her. You know what I mean? Like again, I don't have proof, but she's saying that the president of France is a man, and the president of France is literally trying to sue Candace Owens for defamation or whatever you call it. And it's crazy because they can't, because we're in the USA. We can say whatever we want about any politician. Don't matter if you're in another country. So, what's your thoughts on that, redhead? Do you think that she's really a guy, or is she, or you think the first lady of France is a guy or really a female? And if you don't want to talk about it, that's fine. It's understandable. Okay, let me catch up again. Every time I try to catch up on comments, I end up going on another rabbit hole. Universal health care in Europe, but now that is a price on our life, only worth so much for it. That's why you should eat whole grain breads. It's white breads that have been. That's why you should eat whole grain breads. It's white breads that have high bleeds. I think you meant to say why you should not. I keep forgetting you are so young, only turning 41 this month. Here we go. I make healthy soups. No, I'm not. I didn't say you don't, but I'm saying like a lot of us eat a lot of foods that are not healthy, including soup. National Health Service. Soup in my house growing up was sancocho and sopong. Dang, sopong reminds me of my baby mom's grandma. She used to make this shrimp sopong. Man, my grandma used to make sopong too, but we used to call it sopa. I think sopong is a little bit more like thick, right? And a soup is a little bit more like soup, like watered down. But they're both good. What's up, Margie? How you doing? From that good old Xmas song, Fairy Tale in New York. I'm not sure. Yeah, I know who you mean. I have no idea. I don't follow who's the president of First Lady of France. Not start your own Good Morning Ho. Sopa. Yup. Okay, that makes sense. What about you, TDS? Do you think the president of France, the First Lady of France, is really a female or is it a guy? I'm pretty sure TDS heard about that. Yeah, there's some demonic stuff going. I mean, again, I don't want to keep going down this rabbit hole, but the more you learn about how things work, like how people control this world, it all boils down to like the elites literally. Like there's freaking a handful of people who control the whole world and it all boils down to money. But again, yeah, they tried suing Candace Owens, but I guess they couldn't. What do you think though, TDS? Is a female or a guy? I mean, she looks like a guy, and you like it's. I know she was like 30 years older or 20 years older. She was dating her like classmate. I think she was the president of France. The first lady of France is married to the guy, and that guy used to be her student, like in grammar school or some crazy shit. Or she was like in eighth grade, he was in third grade, some weird shit. Or she was the teacher. I think she was the teacher, and then she was dating him, or she used to be his teacher. That you have no clue who she is? Yeah, it's all good. That was just something random to talk about, I guess. No doubt, I respect that, TDS. I couldn't even tell you what's the Prime Minister of the UK's wife look like. I have zero interest in them as people. No doubt, no doubt. Understandable. TDS, are you saying that you're not a football fan and you're not obsessed with football players who don't pay your bills? Come on, TDS. Now that's something that I don't want to say bothers me, but I feel like, I mean, there's some positivity to sports. I do like that it's something positive and it keeps people out of trouble. I'd rather somebody be into sports than be like doing negative stuff. But on the same token, it's like, man, some of these people, I mean, if you're gonna get into that field and end up making money off of it, like my cousin, he was gonna go to school to be like an NFL coordinator or something like that. That makes sense. Or if you're trying to be in the league, like if you're going to college and playing football or basketball, like you eventually you might make money. I think it makes more sense. I mean, sports are healthy though. So if you're playing the sport, it brings you more value. But for the people who are on the sideline that have no family members in the sport, like if you have a son in the sport, I think you have a better, I don't want to say excuse, but I guess a better reason to follow it and be involved because your kid, that's their passion. But I don't know. I guess there is a lot of good reasons to follow sports. I don't want to, knock anybody's interest or anything. We're all interested in different things. We all waste time and energy and money on different things. But sports just ain't mine. You know what I mean? Do I like sports? Yeah. Do I watch a game here and there if a friend invites me? Yeah. I root for the Bills. That's my hometown team. But some of these people, I feel like, and again, I spend time and energy on stupid shit. But I'm a hypocrite, basically. I think all of us are hypocrites to a degree, right? Because I could sit here and clown somebody who spends countless hours, investing in interest in a sports. And then in my mind, I could be like, man, you could be using that time. You could be using that time to like focus on this and focus on that and grow and elevate. But at the same time, I waste all kinds of time on stupid shit. But like I always say, at least I'm honest. And I call my BS out. And I don't, I don't, you're a hippo or a hippie. Anyway, what else I was talking about earlier? I don't know. Any guys on any other topics? I only got another 8 minutes, 6 minutes or so. Anybody got something they want to talk about? Get off your chest. Oh, your wifey liked it, one of my videos I reposted earlier, TDS. That was pretty cool. I think that might have been like the second or third one. Haven't seen her on TikTok in a while. She used to, unless she changed the setting where she could see my videos, because from what I understand, the settings on my channel, I could watch people's videos, but they don't notice I watch. And before she would, I would notice she's seen them, but I think maybe she's been taking a break or she changed the setting. Either way, I don't care. It's just, something to talk about, I guess. Shout out to your wifey, though. Margie, what's going on, Margie? How are you doing? Margie lost a lot of weight. She is doing good with the diet. I need to hang out with Margie so she could teach me how to be on a diet. I'm going to hit my goal, 175. TDS, you've been looking good, bro. I seen your last video when you were talking about that one girl who was, I forgot what she was talking about. You were brushing your hair. You were getting ready. You were trimming. Your arms are looking big, bro. I could tell you've been hitting the gym. That's good. Or you've been exercising, rather. I've been doing all right. I do exercise every other day. Today's my day off. Tomorrow, back at it. Yesterday, I did some jogging. I did some push-ups, jumping jacks. I did some biceps exercises. Get ready to sleep. She was talking about borrowing from retirement as a service member. About borrowing from retirement as a service member. I would think that would, I guess it's based, everybody's situation is different. But it always makes sense to wait, because I think when you wait, you would get more benefits. But as a service member, I don't know, all right? I could only talk, I don't know nothing about that. But when it comes to regular retirement accounts, there's a lot of penalties for taking out money early. I wouldn't recommend that for a regular account. Did she ever reply, TDS, back to you after that comment? Yeah, you were giving her the business. That was funny. You were like, I don't know if your wife really gave you the hat, the cap, the graduation hat, whatever you call it, the gown or whatever. You were like, give me that hat. And then it went back and forth. And then you were like, and then my wife, has a degree in history and this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. I was like, damn. You broke it. You explained yourself well, like a professional, though. That was, you handled it well. You know what I mean? You didn't get all hyper and agitated. You kept your composure. And that's what it's all about. I was just telling my bestie about that yesterday. It's all about self-regulating. And lately, I've been trying not to complain as much. I'm trying to be more positive and speak positive. But at the same time, sometimes we go through things and we want our friends and family to know. I'm turning it down. I'm letting as much stuff come out. But I think it depends on how you say it, right? Because if I tell you guys that, for instance, right now I'm in the shop, right? My truck is getting fixed. I could come on here and be like, oh man, this is stupid. I got to sit here for 3 hours. I'm tired of this, stupid that. See, that's like bad energy, and that could like raise my blood pressure. That's unhealthy. Now, if I just come here and I tell you in a calm voice what's going on, I don't think it's complaining. I think it's just giving you guys an update. I think it's all about the, and so basically I got to learn how to like explain myself situations that is going on in my life without getting all worked up. Self-regulation. Now, I say blow credit cards and loans before you touch your loans. That makes sense. Credit cards and loans. Oh, she blocked you? That's her PhD hat, her doctoral cap. All right, thank you. She couldn't come back. Plus, I called her. She could not come back. Plus, I called her, put for working a cyber comment, but also logging in her computer on TikTok. Good morning, USA. Yep, thank you, Margie. You going to sleep? You go to sleep early? Are you an early bird? I'm an early bird. I go to sleep early. I wake up early. I wake up around 3 a.m. But it's good. It got pros and cons. Get stuff done. Quiet time. But the only bad part about being an early bird is nothing is open in the morning. But now that I don't eat breakfast, it doesn't affect me as much because I wait till noon to eat, so it's okay. And when I'm in on Central Time Zone, it works out because technically I'm on noon. I'm on Eastern Standard Time, and I eat at noon. But in like Texas, where I'm at now, it'd be 11, so it works out perfectly. So the restaurants would be open at 11, but technically it's for me it's 12, so I'll be ready to eat. But yeah, I remember the days when I used to stay in hotels, and I'll be up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, hungry. You know what I mean? I'll be ready to eat breakfast. They wouldn't serve breakfast till like 6 a.m. during the weekdays, and then on the weekends it'd be like 7 a.m. I used to be like, oh my god, I used to get aggravated. But it's all mental because, like I said, I don't eat till noon. So now I'm like, whatever. Like my system is already used to it. I'm used to it mentally. I think I've been doing it over a year already. I never woke up until 7 a.m. today. So glad I'm just having a chill day at home. Oh, yeah. Anyway, I'm out of here, guys. I appreciate you guys spending your biggest asset with me, which is your time. I'm thankful for my little crew. Shout out to Redhead, TDS, Margie, Rav, Still was still in here. And I guess I'll see you guys maybe later tomorrow. Depending what time. I mean, I'm going to be sitting here for hours. I might do another one later. But who knows? I got my bag packed. About to go inside in the lounge. I think I'm just going to sit here until they take my truck in the shop and then go inside the lounge. All right, have a great day, guys. Peace out.